All right, gather around, nerds, because Bobby Financials is on the case. I don't know who's running Feder Beef's Twitter account, D Meatbag, Pennsylvania, but whoever wrote this and him are not here on Earth, so let me learn you today. Okay, so you're telling me the Comcast CEO made $426 more money than the average Philadelphia worker. That's outrageous. It's time for the wealthy to pay their fair share. All right. Okay, notice the article title, 33 times the average Philadelphia's Finns pay, and then 426 more money than the average Philadelphia worker. Just for context, 33 times the average Philadelphian's pay is his salary. So in 2022, his compensation package was $32 million. $2.5 million of that was his salary. The average salary in Philadelphia is $75K. So he made 33 times the average Philadelphian in salary, and $32 million in total compensation, including the package, made him the highest paid in the region, but not even close to the highest paid in the United States. Sundar Pichai of Google, aka Alphabet, was the highest paid of the S&P 500 companies at $226 million for the year. People don't even understand business, economics, money, capitalism, and it shows. And the fact that a bag of meat in a sweatshirt, or the handlers that work for the bag of meat in a sweatshirt would even tweet something like this, first of all shows how clueless they are, and really how clueless the people are that consume and gobble this up. But really, they're demons, they're not clueless, they know what they're doing, they just don't think you do. Okay, first of all, before we even get started, D Meatbag, Feder Beef, Carhartt promotional brand demon is simply picking on the Comcast CEO because it's in his region. And certainly he's not going to care about any other CEOs like the CEOs of Medina or Faisal or any of these other demons. And also, just so you know, I hate Comcast. Honestly, one of the worst companies I've ever done business with. I hate that I pay them every month, despise them in fact. And yet here I am uploading this video on a Comcast internet connection. So I have no allegiance, strongly dislike. But the Comcast CEO is just a CEO. And business is business no matter what company it is, whether I like it or not. The facts are the facts. Okay, so first of all, a salary is not outrageous because a salary, like any other business expense, is subject to market prices. Meaning that the amount of money that this CEO, this human person, is paid is determined based on his value in the marketplace. If Comcast could attract a lower quality talent that could run the business just as well for less money, they would pay him less. Comcast has to pay this CEO that amount of money because that is what they believe is necessary and the market believes is necessary in order to capture a talent such as this. And this man, I'm assuming, is not very stupid, so he could be a CEO at any multitude of companies around the United States or anywhere in the world for that matter. So again, to reiterate, his salary is set by the marketplace. If Comcast was not willing to pay him this amount and no other company was willing to pay him more than $2 million, he would be employed for $2 million. He's getting paid $2.5 million because Comcast needed to pay that amount in order to attract this talent. Now his salary of $2.5 million is 33 times that of the average Philadelphian. But the average Comcast salary is over $80,000, so it's less. It's something like 30 times. Comcast is a publicly traded company with over $124 billion in annual revenue. This company employs a whopping 186,000 people. So for this dude to make 30 times the average salary at the top of a chain of 180,000 people, isn't that ridiculous? Because you know who's included in that average salary? Oh, I don't know. The guy that cleans the parking lot, the guy that sweeps the offices, the gal that cleans the bathroom, the entry-level employee that answers the phone. Now we know that's in Indonesia, but you get it. The customer service rep, the dude that sloppily somersaults in your front door and tells you that he doesn't know why your cable box isn't working. All those people are part of this average salary. This guy, on the other hand, started working at Comcast in 1990. This man was named chairman and CEO of the Comcast Corporation in 1990 at the age of 31 years old. At that time, this company generated $657 million of annual revenue per year. And under his direction, for the last 33 years, this company now does over $120 billion a year. He has multiplied the annual revenue under his watch by 184 times. In 2006, which is 16 years after he started, the company had 90,000 employees, and by 2022, it had 186,000 employees. This company today has $259 billion in assets. In just the last 10 years, and remember, he's been employed there for 33. In just the last 10 years, the company's assets have gone up by over $100 billion. Even if they paid this guy $1 billion a year for the last 10 years, they would still be up 90%. But they didn't pay him $1 billion. They paid him like $30 million. Now, despite all this man's father was the founder of Comcast. His father, along with a couple business partners, paid $500,000 in 1963 for a 1,200 subscriber television station in Mississippi. 6 years later, they incorporated as the Comcast Corporation, and then his father was the CEO for 46 years. And what started as a 1,200 subscriber TV network in 1963 is now the second largest broadcast and cable television corporation in the entire world. The largest cable TV company, the largest in-home internet service provider, and the nation's third largest in-home telephone provider. And even though statistically second-generation businesses typically fail, this man absolutely exploded it. And despite the nefarious actions of Comcast and their associated companies and all of the demonry that they push out there, it doesn't change the fact that the business is the business. And you can subtract and substitute any of the things I'm saying here about any other large corporation in America. He's just focused on this dude because he's in his region. And again, I hate Comcast. So if you're going to sit here and suggest that this dude doesn't deserve 33 times the salary after what he's done for this business and really America and the hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of people that work for them and have worked for them, then you just don't understand economics, free market capitalism, money, or business. Now, conversely, John Fetterman, for example, has produced almost nothing his entire life, has employed no one, or a subset of a subset of a subset of a thousandth of a fraction of what this man has produced no value for anyone, yet he earns a salary of $217,000 paid by the taxpayer, along with a healthcare compensation and a pension package that will last for the remainder of his life. So John Fetterman, who just spent the last 5 weeks in the hospital depressed about the job that he supposedly earned, makes almost 3 times the average salary of the average Philadelphian, works not nearly as much, has produced absolutely nothing his entire life, other than being subsidized by his own father, will be paid by the taxpayer and have his healthcare and pension paid for the remainder of his life, and can barely do his job. But he deserves 3 times as much as the average Philadelphian. And not only that, you know who's paying his salary? Everyone in Philadelphia, including this man. Whereas his salary is being paid by willing, paying persons who choose to give their hard-earned money to his corporation in exchange for the service they choose to subscribe to. People are so easily emotionally manipulated, and they are financially, economically, and free market illiterate. They don't understand the basics of how a business works, how money works, how economics work, or how free market capitalism works. Yet they will chime in and retweet and celebrate this and suggest that this guy needs to be held to account. And even though I hate Comcast, this is from a place of complete delusion and lack of understanding of the basic fundamentals of what made America and really the developed world great in the first place, which is free market capitalism. And the alternative, the supposed alternative, like somebody like this. So this means Fetterbeef is going to steal his supposed fair share from this person who employs 186,000 people. And the supposed fair share that would be stolen from him would be stolen from the publicly traded investors who took their already taxed money and invested it to then get taxed when they take it out. And it would just mean that more people lose the jobs that they would have because his money and the money of this business would be confiscated by the state and squandered. People are financially clueless. And all Fetterbeef is saying, and any of these demons that are lying about this guy needing to pay his fair share, are emotionally manipulating all the have-nots and all the people who just don't understand. But the alternative, the solution that he or any of them would be suggesting, is to steal. And they want to take more from this man now, but they want to take more from you later. And whether you like it or not, this man is an American taxpayer, a fellow citizen, And although he may have more money than you do now and may be more successful than you are now, he is an American citizen just like you are. And you should celebrate not stealing any more money from him or any other citizen. We don't have a taxation problem. We have a spending problem. We have an inflation problem. And a reckless, bloated bureaucracy is the culprit, not him. Because what made America great in the first place is that it doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, or where you're from. If you provide a product or service that people love, you can get rich also. Put in the hard work, help the most people, and you may be him someday. And if some useless meatbag bureaucrat came along 35 years after you and then 46 years that your father built a business, I bet you would resent it when some loser suggested that the amount of money that you get paid deserves more of it to be stolen by the bureaucrats. Learn money, friends. Spread the word.